Let me talk real quickly about front-end planning in the future, and then we'll end it up for question and answer. A lot of people ask, where's front-end planning going? Because it is a people process and it is a standard process. I think one of the places where technology really can help is in condition assessment, whether it's underground, integrity of systems, and so on and so forth. We looked at that a few years ago and came up with a list of 29 technologies, I think is at the time, 24 technologies at the time, and they're listed down the left-hand side. So certainly technology is going to become a bigger player in helping us understand what we need to do in the front-end planning process. And so I'm not going to stand here and tell you that it won't. I mean, 3D laser scanning has been huge in front-end planning because it gives us that spatial relationship and understand, especially for renovation projects, for instance. So there are a lot of technologies out there that are coming on board that are going to be positive for the planning process in the future. I certainly think that the ability to do artificial intelligence, machine learning, 4D visualization tools, and those kinds of things, it allows us to try different scenarios. It allows us to mine information from the past and hopefully understand things that have gotten us into trouble in the past. And I think that's going to be a big help for planners of the future. The whole idea that we don't have as much of a workforce as we had in the past, and we have that problem in the U.S. as well. We're seeing much more factory solutions and modularization. That allows us to skirt or quickly figure out pieces that can be put together for certain types of projects, and that helps in the planning process. I think the idea of the platforms that we're using today have gotten to the point where we can actually globally team now. We didn't have that before, and then certainly we can do a lot of simulation and decision support. So I think the ideas that we have with the project is there. I'm going to skip through this one. So in the end, from my perspective, and this is my quote you can put out there, it's still about the people and decisions. If we have better data, then we make better decisions, or we should make better decisions. And I think what's happening now in the industry and what's happening in the future is going to allow us to do that. So, PowerPoint poisoning, I don't see anybody falling back in the back there. Quick summary. Planning is still not new, even from the very start of the presentation. This is another one from Sun Tzu, The Art of War. I mean, we've known planning is out there. It's unfortunate that we don't do a better job on many projects. We know why to do it. This is my cowboy riding away in the sunset in Arizona. We know what to do. I think it's pretty clear. We know when and how. And so it really gets down to choice. The choice to actually do the things that we've discovered over the years and we know that are industry best practices, to push back against people that don't want to do those things. So better maturity in front-end planning. If we're running a race, we want mature, well-trained athletes running that race for us, or we can just play it out like that, right? We don't get to the finish line quite as fast in that regard, and I think that's the piece that we see. We want a team environment that is challenging, or do we want a team environment that's downright discouraging? And we see that so many times. There are 27 factors that go into that as well. So we make our choice, and there are consequences, and they're the consequence issues. And what I would say is that, that's a consequence of how projects were planned that we saw in our research. And I could show you a number of other studies that have similar results to this. This is recent results. All right, so it's a matter of choice and choices. It's no mystery. Sometimes there's magic. And when a team comes together and it does the mature thing with the scope and you have the right team together, it's pure magic. And projects perform very well. And if you've been involved in those projects, you know what I mean. It's a fun experience, and you get the project that everyone wants. It's not easy. Never will be easy.